Okay, good morning. Pavan, is it audible? Pavan is my
Yes, sir. Your screen also is visible, sir.
both are visible, no? What about audio? Is it breaking or is it clear?
A little bit of crack, sir, like wobble voice or something like that. Not that clear.
Okay, okay. Let me continue for first 10 minutes. If it's not working, means I will switch to the other internet. Okay. Currently, I'm using my data.
Okay, sir.
In the last class, I was discussing about the working of MOSFET. So till case 3, we have finished it. So case 3 means it is
Yes, sir.
we have applied a voltage VGS across gate and source, and parallelly we have applied a drain voltage also, that's VDS. Okay. So actually for current conduction to take place, the gate voltage should be at least greater than the threshold voltage. So that we have to ensure. The applied voltage VGS should be at least greater than the threshold voltage. Then only the channel will get induced. So that is what is mentioned here, the induced N channel. Okay. And the current conduction will take place
Okay.
only after application of a potential.
Sir,
Yeah.
the pinged is for which one, sir? I forgot that. The pinged, you told me that it's
Yes,
gonna
yes.
get pinged.
Yes, that is for case 4. I will repeat. Case 4, I will repeat again. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So as of now, we have applied a small VDS, a small voltage VDS. So that will create a current flow from drain to source. So why the current is flowing from drain to source? Because I have applied a positive voltage at drain and a low voltage at source. So that is why the current is flowing from drain to source. But this happens only once the channel has been induced. So the channel will induce only if you apply a VGS which is sufficiently greater than VT, threshold voltage. Okay. Need not necessary that after applying VDS you will get a current. You can't get a current. You will get a current only if the channel has been induced. The channel will be induced only if VGS is greater than VT, threshold voltage. That is what is
Okay,
mentioned
sir.
in case 3. Now, I have plotted a graph also. So that graph shows the variation of the current with respect to VDS. So in x-axis we are plotting VDS and in the y-axis you are plotting the drain current. So what we have shown here is if VGS is less than VT, the graph lies on x-axis, means there is no current because the channel is not,
Nil, okay.
yeah, no current because there is no channel. Channel will get induced only if VGS is sufficiently greater than VT. So I have increased the voltage to 0.5 volt, then plus 1 volt, plus 2 volt.
1 volt,
Yeah,
okay.
the current will increase accordingly.
Okay.
Okay, and you are getting a linear variation of current. But this case is applicable only for a small voltage. Okay, that is VDS is assumed to
Okay,
be
sir.
very small change. Now coming to case 4. Case 4, we are going to increase the VDS to a larger value as it is mentioned here. See the operation as VDS is increased to a large value.
Okay, sir.
So going to that particular figure. So as you can see in this particular figure, I am trying to increase this VDS. So I have put an arrow mark over this battery, which means that I am changing VDS to a large value, keeping VGS sufficiently greater than VT. We are retaining that VGS value was sufficiently greater than VT. So what happens is now at this particular point of time, pinch off will happen. Okay. So initially there
Okay,
was
sir.
a channel which was uniformly distributed, but now what happened was the channel is getting pinched off from the drain side. So that results in saturation. Means the current will not, the current will become saturated. There is no control over the current. Even you increase VDS, still there is no control over the current. Actually, why you are increasing VDS? To get more current, isn't it? To get more current only we are going to increase VDS. But what happened is, let me admit. So what happens is, if we are increasing this VDS after a particular value, then pinch off occurs. So once pinch off occurs means there is no control over the current, means the current is getting saturated. Okay. So that is what is shown in this particular graph. Now this is very important. This particular case is very important. So this is actually this VDS versus ID characteristics. So got the difference between the previous case and the present case. In the previous case, you are going to have a linear variation of current, but in the present case, what happens is the current is going to be a constant after a particular value. that is nothing but VDS sat. See this x-axis, in the x-axis we have represented VDS sat. So if the voltage arrived at this particular point, the current is going to be constant. That is what is known as saturation region. Till that we are getting a triode region. Triode region means almost linear, but of course there is
Linear.
linear, yeah. But of course the curve is going to be bent. Okay, after a particular stipulated time, it is going to be a bend. Later on, it is going to be a constant. Why it is going to be a constant? Because the reason is specified in this particular bracket. Read that current saturates because the channel is pinched off at the drain end and VDS is no longer going to affect the channel. Means even if you try to increase VDS, there is no more current changing. Okay, so current is at a constant value. That means it is saturated. So this is what is mentioned in this particular graph. Okay, so you have two regions of operation. One is the triode region and second one is saturation region. Where will you get triode? Triode region is applicable only for low voltage. Low voltage means VDS less than VGS minus VT. Okay, you have to bother this condition. These two conditions are very important. That is, if you are increasing the value of VDS till VGS minus VT, means VDS is maintained less than VGS minus VT, that is what is known as triode region. But if you are increasing VDS beyond a particular value means greater than VGS minus VT, that is known as saturation region. And this VGS minus VT is otherwise known as overdrive voltage. This particular parameter is very important. So it always throughout this module as well as in the upcoming modules, we will be dealing with this particular parameter. What is VOV? VOV is otherwise known as overdrive voltage. Okay, it is nothing but the difference between VGS minus VT. Of course, you know that for the proper operation, you need to maintain at least VT. Isn't it? The gate voltage should be at least VT. Probably you might have increased the voltage beyond VT. So that difference, no, whatever you have applied now, that is VGS, and whatever you have to maintain the threshold, that is VT. So the difference between VGS minus VT, that is what is known as overdrive voltage. Means it is going to drive your transistor perfectly. Means you are getting a more current whatever you have, whatever you needed. Okay, so that is what is known as overdrive voltage. That is, you are sufficient, you have to maintain at least VT, but you are trying to increase the voltage beyond VT. So the difference, whatever you have applied extra voltage, no, that is what is known as overdrive voltage. Okay, so this is the characteristics curve for case 4. Got the difference between case 3 and case 4? Case 3, you have applied a very small voltage. So there you will have a linear graph. But in case 4, you have increased the voltage beyond VDS, that is VGS minus VT. That is, you have got a saturation region. Means there is no more effect on the current. Okay, there is no more effect on current flow. The current is almost constant. So I'll repeat for the latecomers. Please see, yesterday we have discussed about case 4. What was case 4? We were trying to increase the drain to source voltage, isn't it? So when we are increasing this drain to source voltage to a larger value, that is beyond a saturation voltage, your current is going to be a constant. Means the region is nothing but saturation. There is no control over the current. Why there is no control over the current? Because the channel has been dropped. Earlier you had a uniform channel throughout, but what happened is you have increased a voltage, VDS voltage beyond a particular value. The particular value is known as VGS minus VT, which is nothing but your overdrive voltage. VGS minus VT is overdrive voltage. What is VT? VT is the threshold voltage. So if you are maintaining the voltage below this particular voltage, you have the triode region. Means almost be proportional to I. But what happens is, if you are increasing the voltage beyond the saturation voltage VDS, whose value is VGS minus VT, then you are out of control. Means you can't control your current flow through the MOSFET. Means you have attained the saturated current. Okay, so that's what is known as saturation region. Okay, so these are the two regions of operation for the MOSFET when you are trying to increase this VDS to a larger value. So that was the difference between case 3 and case 4. So these are the 4 distinguished cases. Any doubts? Any doubts regarding this operation of MOSFET? You have 4 cases. What are those 4 cases? Case 1 was you have applied only VGS, a positive gate voltage. Meanwhile, you have not applied any VDS at that particular point of time. You are not getting any current. Why you have not? Why there is no current? Because there is no potential difference between drain and source, isn't it? Only if you can ensure a potential difference between drain and source, then only the current flow will take place. Otherwise, there is no current flow. Of course, you have induced a channel by applying a positive voltage. You have induced a channel. And what about case one? Case one means you have not applied any voltage to gate, neither to drain. So the MOSFET will not work. There is no conduction, there is no channel. In the second case, you have tried to induce a channel and you got a depletion region also, but unfortunately there is no current flow because there is no potential difference between drain and source. And in case three, what happened is you have tried to give a small potential difference between drain and source. So a current begins to flow from drain to source. That's from high voltage to low voltage. Some sort of current is flowing. So meanwhile, the channel is induced and the channel is uniform throughout. But what happened in case for that? You have increases VDS to a larger value. So channel starts pinch off. Okay. From the drain end, the channel is going to pinch off. So in that particular case, there is uh, saturation has been attained. Saturation means the current is, there is no control over the current. The current is attained a constant value even though you increase the voltage. Okay, there is no control over the current flow. So that is what is the operation of MOSFET. Okay, now going to the next topic, ID versus VDS expression. So whatever we have obtained, the case for graph, this particular graph we are going to represent in some form of equation. Okay, this is the graphical representation between VDS and ID. And later what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to convert this particular graph in some sort of equations. Okay, you know that every graph or whatever the signal you are going through in electronics as well as in communication, all those signals as well as graph you can express in mathematical way. So you know that from the previous graph, we have two regions of operation. One is triode region and the other one is saturation region. What was the difference between these two? The first region, that is triode region, it is applicable for very small VDS. The second region, saturation region, it is applicable for very large VDS. That is a difference. Okay. So this second curve, it is almost constant. The first curve, it is slightly linear come bending. Like that particular graph you have gone through. So these two graphical regions have converted into a equation format. So you have to by heart these two equations. So this equation, no, don't go for the derivation part and all. Just you need to by heart these two particular equations, and based upon these equations, we are going to do some numerical problems. Okay. So what is this triode region? In the x-axis, you are having ID. ID is nothing but the drain current. So how you are going to change the drain current with respect to VDS? VDS is your drain to source voltage. VGS minus VT. What is VGS minus VT? Anybody? What is VGS minus VT? What is VGS minus VT? It is VOV, isn't it? It is VOV, that is overdrive voltage. Okay. VOV is the overdrive voltage. So here I have shown an expression. So that expression is corresponding to the variation of current ID with respect to the voltage VDS. Okay. As well as VGS. So in saturation, what is the difference? Here you have half Kn dash W by L into VGS minus VT the whole square. Now I need to define all these parameters which is mentioned in this equation. So what is Kn dash? Kn dash is nothing but mu n into COX. I told you yesterday that is while constructing a MOSFET, you are having an oxide layer, isn't it? And that oxide layer is having a thickness, isn't it? The oxide layer is having a thickness and it is acting like a capacitance. That is, on the upper side of oxide layer, you are having the gate, and at the lower side, you are having the substrate. So actually, it is acting like a capacitor. Capacitor means the two conduction electrodes will be there at the either side, and in between that, you are having a dielectric substrate. Same wise, this oxide layer, along with the two conducting metal plates at the either side, it will form a capacitance, and the capacitance is represented by COX, that is oxide capacitance. Understood? So this COX along with mu n, what is mu n? Mu n is the electron mobility. You know that the current is corresponding to the flow of electrons, isn't it? The current flow through the MOSFET is corresponding to the electron flow. Okay, so that electron is having some mobility. That mobility is represented by mu n. So that mu n along with the COX, that product is nothing but n dash, which is a constant. Okay, it is otherwise known as process technology constant. You don't bother about all these things. You can just define n dash as mu n into COX. What is mu n? Mu n is the mobility of the electron. COX is the capacitance of the capacitance corresponding to the oxide layer and the two electrodes which we have in the construction. Okay. Now, along with K and dash, you have another parameter that is W by L, where the W by L is known as aspect ratio. What is that W by L? W by L is known as aspect ratio. And what is W and what is L? W is the channel width and L is the channel length. Yesterday we talked about channel. How does the channel induced? Earlier we don't have channel. Initially we don't have channel. The channel will get induced only if the applied voltage is greater than threshold voltage. Remember, isn't it? Threshold voltage should be always less and the applied gate voltage should be always greater than the threshold voltage. Only at that particular instant of time you will get channel. The channel will get induced. Understood? So that channel will have a width W and it will have a length L, and the width to length ratio of the particular channel is known as aspect ratio. What is W by L? W by L is the aspect ratio. So based upon this W by L, then VGS minus VT, VDS, everything, we are relating this ID and voltage. Why there is no VDS in second equation? Can anybody tell? Why there is no VDS in the second equation? Means in saturation region, there is no VDS, but here you have VDS. Why? Any logic you have? Anybody can speak out the reason why I have not included the VDS term in second equation, especially in the saturation region. Any idea? Any idea? Because I told you, no, there is no effect on current, isn't it? There is no effect on current in the saturation region. Current is going to be constant. Even though you increase VDS, there is no change in current. So there is no effect on current. When there is no effect effect due to this VDS, the VDS is not going to determine the current in saturation region. If you even you increase this VDS beyond a particular value, still there is no change in current. Current is assumed to be constant in the saturation region. That is why we have not mentioned VDS in the second equation. Whereas in the triode region, you have the effect of VDS over there. Why? Because increasing the voltage will increase your current flow. So that is why I have shown VDS in the first equation and there is no VDS effect in the second equation. Okay. And you need to by heart these two equations for your numericals. Understood? So whichever the case, you have to adopt that particular equation and proceed. So first of all, you need to identify whether that particular MOSFET is operating in the triode region or the MOSFET is operating in the saturation region. How you will identify the MOSFET is working in triode or MOSFET is working in saturation? Based upon the condition. What is the condition? So from the graph, you already know the condition. The condition is VDS is less than VGS minus VT. VDS is less than VGS minus VT for which one? For triode region, and VDS is greater than VGS minus VT for saturation region. Okay, for triode region, VDS is less than VGS minus VT. For saturation, VDS is greater than VGS minus VT. So these two conditions we need to evaluate. Based upon these two conditions only, we are going to judge whether our device is operating in triode region or saturation region. Okay. So before attempting or proceeding any problem based upon the parameters given in the question, we have to find whether the device is operating in triode region or saturation region. And based upon that, we have to take the equations and proceed and find the unknown things. Understood? So at any particular point of time, you need to access the triode region equation or you need to take the saturation region equation. So that depends upon the parameters given in the question, and you need to find the region of operation. How you are going to find the region of operation? By evaluating the condition. What is the condition? whether VDS is less than VGS minus VT or VDS is greater than VGS minus VT. Hope you got the concept. What is VGS minus VT? VGS minus VT is nothing but overdrive voltage, that is VOV. Okay. Any doubts till this? So all these are fundamentals. Okay. So till now, what we have covered is we have covered the operation or working of MOSFET by using 4 different cases, and we have plotted the graph, and we have identified 2 regions of operations. One is saturation, one is triode, and we have gone through the 2 equations. Yes, Pranay, any doubt you have? Okay, fine. Now going to the next topic, MOSFET circuits at DC. So in this topic, we are going to deal with numerical problems. It is very simple. If you know these 2 equations directly, you can substitute and find the unknown parameters. So what is our objective in this particular topic is we are going to design some circuits. How we are going to design a circuit? For designing any electronic product, you need to have some specifications, isn't it? You need to have some specifications or the requirements. So based upon those specifications, you need to analyze the scenario, take the relevant equations, substitute the given parameters, and you are going to find the unknown parameters. Unknown parameters in a circuit will be nothing but the resistances, capacitances, etc. Okay, so in this MOSFET circuits, you are going to have only the resistance values. So we are going to find the unknown resistances value based upon the given parameters. So you need to access 2 equations. These 2 equations can be either based upon the triode equation or it can be based upon the saturation equation. That depends upon the condition. Now going to the first problem, you can read out that problem. Just read that. So the design the circuit of figure so that the transistor operates at ID equal to 0.4 milliamps. So you have given a circuit. Okay, in the question they have given a circuit and you are going to design the circuit. Design the circuit means you are going to define the unknown parameters or you are going to find the unknown parameters. So by observing that particular circuit, it is evident that you are going to find RD and RS. Okay, because RD and RS it is not shown in the figure. The value of RD and RS is not mentioned in the circuit diagram. So you are going to find the value of RD and RS. What is RD and RS? What is RD and RS? Anybody, what is RD and RS? Speak out. What is RD and RS? RD. D means drain. S means source. Yeah. So RD is the drain resistance, RS is the source resistance, and this is the MOSFET device. Okay. So wherever you have this arrow mark, that is a source terminal, and this one is a drain, and this terminal is gate. So drain resistance, source resistance, and gate terminal. Gate is directly grounded, and here you have a resistance connected RD to the supply voltage VD. So the supply voltage is given. This is 2.5 volt, and the source is connected to a negative power supply. You know that a potential difference is to be maintained between the drain and source. Then only the current flow will happen. Okay, current will be flowing from drain to source, provided you have a potential difference at the drain and source. So that is why we have given a positive power supply at VDD and a negative power supply at VSS. So as to create a required potential difference, and as a result, a current is flowing from drain to source. Understood? Now, what are the different given parameters? The given parameters ID equal to 0.4 milliamps, VD equal to 0.5 volt. So VD is given. What is VD? VD is the drain voltage. Okay. If you have a multimeter and if you are connecting that particular meter in this drain terminal, it will show 0.5 volt. That is given. ID is 0.4 milliampere. The overall current that is flowing through the entire transistor is 0.4 milliampere. And you have the threshold voltage. This is VT. This is VT. Threshold voltage is 0.7. Means at least you have to maintain this particular voltage as VGS. Okay, what is VGS? VGS is a gate to source voltage. That gate to source voltage should be at least equal to 0.7 volt for conduction to take place. That is what is the significance of threshold. Okay. And you know what is mu n COX? It is nothing but K n dash. Previously, we have discussed mu n COX is K n dash. K n dash is the technology constant, the process manufacturing technology constant. That is mu n COX. It is given as 100 microampere per volt square. L is your channel length. W is channel width. So everything has mentioned. Now, based upon these given items, we need to find RT and RS. So once you find out RT and RS, the design is finished. So whenever you are asked to design a circuit means that circuit will be given to you in the question that will be mentioned. So based upon that, you need to find the unknown parameter. So here the only unknown parameter that we can see from the circuit is RD and RS. So we are going to find RD and RS based upon all the given parameters. So initially I told you, you have to take appropriate equations. So going to the solution. Question is clear now? Any doubt with respect to this particular question? Objective of the question is clear. Now going to the solution. I told you before approaching, we need to find out the operation region. Means either the MOSFET will operate in triode region or it can operate in saturation. How we are going to judge whether our device is operating in saturation or triode? That depends on the condition. Condition is VDS greater than or equal to VGS minus. This particular condition is applicable for saturation. Okay. So first, I would like to check whether our device is working in saturation or not. If this condition is not satisfying means our judgment is it is working in triode. Like that, some decision we have to make initially. So based upon that decision only, we are going to take appropriate equations and solve the unknown parameters. Now we are going to check the condition. Okay. Now what is VDS? What is the concept or what is the concept behind this particular representation? VDS. What does it mean? Anybody? VDS. Why did you represent VDS instead of VD or VS? VDS. It is the difference between the voltages at drain and okay. If you are representing VD means what does its meaning? We are yeah, it is the drain voltage with respect to ground. Okay, if you are representing a voltage like VD or VS, it is nothing but the voltage at that particular terminal with respect to ground. So ground is going to be the reference for that particular case. But here we have represented as VDS means we are going to find the voltage between drain and source. Means if you have a multimeter or if you have a voltmeter, the one end of the voltmeter will connect at drain and the other end will connect at the source rather than connecting to the ground. Okay, that's the difference. So VDS is nothing but VD minus VS. VGS is nothing but VG minus VS minus this VT I have mentioned here also. So just I have substituted VDS as VD minus VS and VGS as VG minus VS. So like terms you can cancel from either sides. So the equation is VD greater than or equal to VG minus VT. Now based upon the given parameters, you can substitute the value. In the given question, it is given that VD is 0.5. Isn't it? VD is given in the question, it is 0.5. Again, what about VG? Whether VG is explicitly mentioned or not. It is not mentioned in the question. But you can see from the circuit diagram, the gate is grounded. Ground means 0 volt. So the voltage at gate will be 0. Okay. The question, VG is not mentioned directly, but when you observe the circuit diagram, it is understood that the gate is grounded. So gate will be 0 volt. So 0 minus 0.7. What is 0.7? It is the threshold voltage, again, which is given in the question. VT is given in the question. See, VT is 0.7 volt. What is VT? VT is threshold voltage. Okay. See, I will share this notes after this particular class. I will share the notes. You have to go through all the notes, whatever I have shared till end. Okay. Whatever I have taken today, you have to go through, and then if any queries or doubts, you can ask tomorrow. Because unless you track,
Okay.
yeah, unless you track my class regularly, you won't be able to study. You will be feeling that it's very difficult. But if you track it regularly, means it is going to be very simple. So from this, it is obvious that 0.5 is greater than minus 0.7. In the left hand side, you are having positive voltage. In the right hand side, you are having the negative voltage, which means the 0.5 volt is obviously greater than minus 0.7, means our condition has satisfied, isn't it? This condition has been satisfied. Which condition? The equation corresponding to saturation region, that is satisfied. So now we are going to take the equation corresponding to our decision. What is our decision? Our decision was the device is now operating in saturation. So we have already studied the two equations. In the last page, already we have mentioned these two equations. So out of this, you need to take this. Suppose if by mistake you have taken the triode region equation, means you won't get marks because your judgment is wrong. Means you have predicted that your device was working in triode, and probably you would have taken this equation and proceeded, then the design will be wrong. Okay, so you have to take the apt equation based upon your decision, and you have copied that particular equation, and you are going to substitute the relevant parameters. Now, when you take this particular equation, you will feel that only one parameter is unknown to me. What is that parameter? VGS. VGS is not given in the question. ID is given. What is ID? ID is 0.4 milliampere. Milli means into 10 to the power minus 3. You need to convert the milliampere into ampere. So you have to multiply with the 10 to the power minus 3. So 0.4 into 10 to the power minus 3 equal to half. What is this? Kn dash is nothing but mu1 into COX. Isn't it? Mu n is given. Mu n into COX is given. Okay, that is Kn dash. So directly you can substitute this Kn dash as 100. So half into 100 into W by L. Into W by L. What is W by L, and why you need to multiply into 10 to the power minus 6? Because it is microampere per volt square. You can check the question. See, Kn dash, it is given in the question. It is given Kn dash as 100 microampere per volt square. Kn dash is nothing but mu n into COX. That is 100 micro. It is not ampere per volt square. It is microampere per volt square. So what you have to do is you have to multiply with the 10 to the power minus 6. Okay. So you have put 100 here. Along with that, you have put a raised to minus 6 also. Okay. Then what is W by L? W is 32 micrometer. L is 1 micrometer. That is also given in the question. So that 10 to the power minus 6 will again cancel. Okay, micrometer. Since it is micrometer, you will have to multiply by 10 to the power minus 6 in numerator and denominator, but it will cancel out. See, after 10 minutes, this meeting is going to be, it will be deactivated. So I have already shared the second link in the group. You can join that. Okay, after 10 minutes only. So I have substituted the equation for W and L. So I have substituted the values of W and L, and VT also I have substituted. So the only parameter that's left out with us is VGS. Remaining all I have substituted. Now I'm going to solve this equation. Okay, how we are going to solve this equation? By simple max. Do I want to tell that? You can take this 2 to the left side, then 132 10 to the power minus 6. You can take denominator, simply rearrange it. Then you can find the value of VGS minus 0.7 the whole square. You can rearrange this particular equation and you can solve for VGS minus 0.7 the whole square equal to so and so. Then what you have to do? Simply you have to take the square root on both sides. Then you will get the answer for VGS minus 0.7 and take minus 0.7 to the right side and you will get the answer for VGS. Can you solve now? Just for this problem, you try to solve this mathematically and remaining I will skip. Okay. Just you try to solve this with your calculators. If you have the calculators, pen and book, you can solve and find VGS. If you're getting 1.2 volt means that is okay. Because if you're not able to solve this value means you can't proceed next phase. Means you are going to find the unknown values. No, unknown values is RD and RS. So once if you need to find RD and RS, you have to find VGS. If you don't know how to solve VGS means it will be difficult for you. So please try to solve that. How you are going to do? You have to take 2 to the left side. 100 into 32 into 10 to the power minus 6 will come to the denominator side. So you will get an equation for this. That is VGS minus 0.7 the whole square equal to so and so. From that, you have to take square root on both sides. Then you will get VGS minus 0.7 equal to some value. Then take minus 0.7 to right side and find the value of VGS. Please try that. Take your calculators and try to solve for VGS. I have not shown that solution in this note. You can solve that. Simple max only, you can solve that. Anybody got that answer means you just tell me, then I will proceed to the next. Should I repeat the step? Take 2 to the left side. So that will become 2 into 0.4 into 10 to the power minus 3. Then what you need to do is take this 100, 32 and 10 to the power minus 6 to the left side. Means to the denominator. Then put all those in the calculators and find the equation answer for this VGS minus 0.7 the whole square. Then to remove that whole square, you need to take the square root of right side. That you can remove this whole square. Then you will get an answer for VGS minus 0.7. Then take that 0.7 to the right side. Then you will get the answer for VGS. Bhavani, you are doing no? Simon, Sandeep, Pranay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you got means, please let me know. So this problem is very simple, but if you're not getting this VGS means it is going to affect all the result. Okay, so at least you should know how
Sir,
to
is it
solve this.
0 minus 4 into 10 power minus 3, sir?
No, the answer is 1.2. Answer is
No, sir. I'm talking about
yeah,
the question top left corner.
yeah, 0.4 into 10 to the power minus 3.
Oh, it's okay. It's 0.4. Okay.
Yeah, 0.4.
Okay.
So if any difficulties means I will solve and I will put the snapshot on your WhatsApp group later after this hour, but you can try. Okay. Anyway, can I proceed to the next step and I will finish off this question because.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I will solve for this and I will put it in the WhatsApp group. Okay. Now what you will do is, so now as of now, once you solve this equation, you got the value for VGS, that is 1.2 volt. Now you are going to find VS. Means VS is a source voltage. So for that, what you have to do is VGS is VG minus VS. VGS is nothing but VG minus VS. That's the difference between the gate voltage and source voltage. You know that gate voltage is 0 because from the circuit diagram it is evident that the gate is directly grounded and so the voltage at the gate terminal will be 0. Minus Vs you don't know equal to this value. From this it is clear that Vs will be, you can take this minus towards right side. So Vs is minus 1.2. Why you are finding Vs? Because you need to find RT and Rs. So for that you need Rs. I mean you need Vs. Okay. So all the parameters to solve this RT and Rs now we have. Now we are going to find RT. How we are going to find RT? Please take the circuit diagram and try to observe this RT where you have connected that resistance. I have connected this particular resistance in between VDD and VD. Shortly, this meeting is going to end. You can access the second link. Okay. So I have connected this RD between VDD and VD. So the resistance is nothing but, according to Ohm's law, the resistance is potential difference divided by current. Resistance is potential difference divided by current. What is the potential difference? It is high voltage is VDD, low voltage is VD. So VDD minus VD divided by current ID. That is what is RD. Similarly,